Notary Public Alex is asked to notarize a deed for the transfer of real property located in New York State. The circumstances are as follows. 1. The grantor is a married woman, Lisa, who is conveying the property solely in her name without her husband's participation. 2. A subscribing witness, Mark, is present. Alex does not personally know Mark, but Mark presents a valid ID proving his identity. 3. In his certificate of acknowledgement, Alex includes the place of residence of Lisa, the grantor. According to the New York State laws provided, which of Alex's actions comply with legal requirements? Well, let's have a look once again at each of these three choices and see what the law has to say about all of them so that we can determine the correct solution. Once again, number 1 states, the grantor is a married woman, Lisa, who is conveying the property solely in her name without her husband's participation. Well, if we have a look at Section 302 under the New York State Notary Public License Law Booklet entitled Acknowledgments and Proofs by Married Women, it states, the acknowledgment or proof of a conveyance of real property within the state or of any other written instrument may be made by a married woman, the same as if unmarried. So, the Notary Public allowing the grantor Lisa, who is a married woman, to convey the property solely in her name was correct because Lisa, as a married woman, was entitled to act in the same way as she'd be entitled to act as a non-married woman. So let's put a check mark next to 1. Number 2 states, a subscribing witness, Mark, is present. Alex does not personally know Mark, but Mark presents a valid ID proving his identity. Well, if we have a look at Section 304 from the Notary Public License Law Booklet entitled Proof by Subscribing Witness, if we jump down to the second sentence of this paragraph, it states, the proof must not be taken unless the officer is personally acquainted with such witness or has satisfactory evidence that he is the same person. So looking back at Statement 2, by having the witness provide a valid ID, Alex acted appropriately because that's one of the means that Alex can act in this instance, as I just read from the law before. Therefore, we can put a check mark next to number 2 as well. And finally, number 3 states, in his certificate of acknowledgement, Alex includes the place of residence of Lisa, the grantor. If we have a look at Section 306 of the Notary Public License Law Booklet, under the header Certificate of Acknowledgement or Proof, it states here that a person taking the acknowledgement or proof of a conveyance must endorse thereupon or attach thereto a certificate signed by himself stating all the matters required to be done, known, or proved on the taking of such acknowledgement or proof, together with the name and substance of the testimony of each witness examined before him, and, if a subscribing witness, his place of residence, but not, as number 3 states, the place of residence of the grantor. Therefore, this is incorrect, and we can put an X next to it. So with all this in mind, let's have a look at the 4 choices to determine the solution. Choice A states that actions 1 and 2 only complied with legal requirements. This is correct based on how I marked the 3 statements above before, but to be in the habit of looking at all 4 choices, let's have a look at choices B, C, and D. Choice B states actions 2 and 3 only. This is incorrect. 3 was not in compliance, whereas 2 is. Therefore, choice B is not the solution. Choice C states actions 1 and 3 only. Once again, 3 is not in compliance, and therefore choice C is not the solution. And finally, choice D states actions 1, 2, and 3. This is also incorrect because 3 is not in compliance, and therefore choice D is not the solution, which indeed leaves choice A, actions 1 and 2 only, as the correct solution.